been at least 3 months since the DJI released the Mini 4K, which many of you mentioned was just the Mini 2 rebranded. Barely 4 months since the Avata 2 was released. So to my mind, we are long overdue another release or two, and that is what I'm talking about today. Hello, bit of crystal ball or moon gazing today. I'm Ian and I play with drones, and whilst you can see a fair few in my collection, I'm keeping an eye on what's around the corner because there are two potential new models that are doing the rumour mill rounds at the moment, both at opposite ends of the DJI size and weight spectrum for mainstream consumer drones. First off, this new DJI Neo, which according to some accidentally published Walmart listings looks to be ready for launch any time in the next week or two. Now, if the mini range of drones isn't small enough for you, then maybe this one will be. A miniature 135 gram Cine Whoop style model, complete with the mandatory 4K video, of course, clearly made for the short range and indoor market with its all-round bumpers for prop protection. Detailed pictures of the box packaging seem widely available and list a fair few options, including multiple control options that seem to include a standard style controller. You've got the motion controller and joystick and goggles that came with the Avata, hand gesture control, and even the possibility of direct Wi-Fi link to your phone for controlling it with an app. Despite its size and weight, it looks like it is also going to come with ADS-B to alert you when there's a manned aircraft nearby, and a range of quick shots and AI subject tracking, which I guess is what you could call the existing focus tracking you get on the Air3 and Mini 4 Pro. It automatically detects a human figure and offer it to you as a subject to focus on. But either way, it looks like a fun little package. Despite, though, its microlight little weight, it's still going to be subject to the same range of regulations that control existing sub 250 grams. Because in most countries, the UK very much included in that, there is no further differentiation for sub 250 gram models if they get even lighter. Because if they come with a camera, you'll have the same rules on operator registration and staying away from crowds. So all of that is still going to apply even to this tiny, tiny little drone. But look, there you are. That's the DJI Neo landing at a store in the very near future, I am betting. But looking a little bit further into the future, we are long overdue a replacement or an upgrade for this, the Air 3. Now, if previous form is to go by with the Air 2, then we should be expecting an Air 3S with a larger sensor very soon as well. But as we saw with the Mavic 3, Mavic 3 Pro, the Mavic 3 Classic and the Mavic 3 Cine, usual naming conventions can go out of the window. So when we think about the next version of the Air 3, it could easily be the Air 3S, it could be the Air 3 Pro, or anything. And that might actually explain some of the variations of gimbal and camera housings that are beginning to leak online too. Or is this actually a sneak look at a Mavic 4? Pictures showing an even larger gimbal and bigger lenses. These are taken from a video that shows a clearly crashed prototype that has the same style of battery as the existing Mavic 3. So will we be getting yet another iteration of the Mavic 3 series, or are these early views of a Mavic 4? Either way, sticking to the new Air 3 model, which is what I am personally focused on. And as I mentioned in last week's Air 3 video, I really am expecting any new Air 3 to keep pretty much the same body and battery as the existing Air 3, and just having major changes to maybe the gimbal or the sensor. Remember, the Air 3 already has got the twin camera gimbal, but its main camera sensor is only 12 megapixels. It's quite small. It could be argued it's a little bit too small for a model of this size and price, so I'd very much be expecting an upgrade there. Wow. Yes, you might well be wondering why we're suddenly being snowballed with possible releases from DJI. Well, it may have something to do with trouble brewing in the USA and the relentless fight by some parts of the US government machine to ban DJI drones. The House of Representatives just passed a bill to ban all new DJI drones back in June this year, and it is likely to go to Congress for a vote towards the end of the year, which, if passed, would halt all DJI new releases in the USA, which would be a monumental hit for both DJI and all the people, of course, in the USA who use DJI drones and want the latest models. It doesn't look like existing users and existing models are going to be affected, but it is still a massive roadblock ahead and maybe pushing DJI to pump out as many of their new models as quickly as possible and get them out to market before any ban kicks in. And with Autel Robotics also being pulled into the same ban, I'm kind of left wondering who's going to be there to fill the void if these companies can't sell their models in the USA. Not that Autel have released much in the last year or two, but whilst the USA may only account for 4% of the world's population, they do account for a sizable chunk of GDP. So any ban in the USA will hit these companies hard. You would expect other companies to be kind of lining up to fill a potential market gap. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see on that. Either way, look, there's clearly some big events on the horizon of drones over the next few months, and it's going to be a pretty busy time. For now, I am just sitting tight, keeping watch out for what's around the corner. As ever, look, hit the old subscribe button so you can ding the dong and get notified whenever I put something new out. But of course, it is great having all of you guys, a little army of eyes out there on the lookout for anything new. So if you do hear or see anything, then drop a comment below and post the link as well. I will keep an eye out for comments with links embedded and I'll make sure they get published too. But look, there you go. Hope that's all a bit of fun for you, and let's see what comes around the corner. As ever, until next time, wherever you are, have fun, happy flying.